Alright, welcome to Heraklion ruins. Yes. So, this city was founded around 800 BC by the Greeks over here in the area, named after Hercules. It lasted until 79 AD, where famously, also, like Pompeii, got buried by that volcano behind me there, Mount Vesuvius. The skies are black over there. Thunder is rolling. Let's go inside the city, get more into the history. 800 BC to 79 AD it existed. It was a Roman city and so much more. This is really chilling. Oh, those are real people. And look at that skull. Oh. Jeez. So this was the docks in 79 AD. This was the coast of the Mediterranean here in Heraklion, and all these people, geez, there's a child skull. Oh. All these people were waiting to get evacuated by an effort by Pliny the Younger, Pliny the Elder, one of those guys. And they obviously didn't make it. The boat didn't come to pick them up, and Heraklion actually got hit by the volcano first. Bam! So it was really instantaneous for, you know, these poor people. That person just kind of went into a fetal position. The skulls are really well preserved for almost 2,000 years old.
And how is this important for us?
Alright, welcome to Heraklion. The city is named after the famous Greek god Hercules. It was thought to be originally a Greek village called Heraklion. The Greeks came by this area of southern Italy and set up colonies around 800 BC. But when the city exactly was founded, it is not known. Strabo, the historian, documented that nearby Pompeii, Oscians, then Etruscians, then Greeks ruled this city. So Oscians were like a local tribe. Etruscans were Italic people from a little bit to the north that came down here, took over, and Greeks ruled it. You know, pretty much all three of those people were living together here in the old BCs. So here are the streets of Heraklion, pillar-lined ways. So this is actually what you can see today is only 1/5 of the city. The rest of it is underneath the modern town of Herculaneum. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So you obviously can't dig there, but that's where the rest of the town is. Okay, so it was a smaller port on the Bay of Naples, which is right over there, walking distance. In the 400s BC, it came under control of the Samnites, and then the orbit of the Roman Empire after the end of the Samnite Wars. And, you know, then it was built up in Romanized style. This looks like it was some kind of altar. Maybe sacrificial altar where they sacrificed animals or something crazy, or I don't know, priest. I don't know the function of that area. Maybe there's a statue back there. Anyways, let's go check out some more and learn about the history of Roman Heraklion. All right, so this is the oldest house remaining. Talking about that ancient history. So this house was built during the Samnite times, before the Roman Empire came down here. You can see the influence of the region with the types of pillars up there lining the ceiling, and Hellenistic influence. The mosaic floors are really cool. Over here, over there. They really love this orange paint color in here. Not sure why, but the Samnites were here in the 200s, 300s BC. And this is the oldest house, oldest part of Heraklion. You can see the Corinthian style pillars. Oldest house during the Samnite times of Heraklion, before the Roman Empire. Samnite. So this was, in the 200s or before BC, 400s, maybe. Definitely before the Samnite Wars. It could be around the 100s BC, actually. Not sure, but look at those pillars. The whole ceiling is lined with cool pillars. Got a skylight there. How did they know that was like that? Oh, man. I don't know what this is in the middle, too. It looks like maybe a little hot tub kind of thing. Or maybe kitchen. I don't know. I love this scene. Okay, so welcome to one of the major boulevards in the city of Heraklion. And I actually learned recently what the streets like this were for. So it was elevated like this because, like Pompeii, Heraklion didn't have a flushing system for rain at first. So heavy rains would go through the middle of the waterway here, and so people didn't have to walk in the rain. And also they didn't have adequate sewage. So the waste of people's homes, human waste also flowed through the center here, where wagons and animals walked and stuff like that. You can still see some of the tire marks of. Anyways, that's why these cities were made like this. And oh, look at this area. Here's a little house or some kind of building, and this was maybe used to hold wine or olive oil. Yeah, it was a nice town for almost 1,000 years, and a Roman city for a real short amount of time. You see that over there? That's crazy. Those are a gutter system on top. You see that? That's amazing. Okay, well, I'm always like going to temples, forums, and stuff like that, but really these cities were everyday buildings of actual people. And this house is pretty intact still. They're doing some archaeological work over there, so the city was Romanized around the time of Pompeii and Naples and some other cities in the region. And this was a large house with the thunder rolling. So cool for this video. This room over here is pretty much intact. Look at that. The roof is still up. You can see the design that was once on the roof, the red paint, red and orange, the tiles on the ground. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Someone could still live in here. Well, it was buried for around 1900 years, so I guess it was preserved because of that. So this was rich person's house. It was like a beachfront property. Pretty nice. You got your mythical characters here. This guy is urinating, I think, with his gut out. They keep on. I see this a lot here. Wolves attacking a deer. It looks like something like that. Anyways, the city was Romanized, and just like neighboring Pompeii, Neapolis, Paroli, several places all along the coast here, and got rich with their trading. This was more of a town. After the Samnite Wars, all the non-ethnic cities around here were loyal to the Roman Empire, but like Pompeii and several other places around here, took part of the social wars against Rome. But Sulla and his army came down here and retook the town of Heraklion. And it was brought back into the grip of the empire. But they did become Roman citizens, the people of Heraklion. And this was a house. All right, so this was the main center of the Roman city. After it was Romanized, this was like the forum. Every Roman town and city needed a forum. So this area was really built up, and Heraklion was really built up. You can see some amazing tile work up there. Right here also. The artwork of Heraklion is really well preserved. So many temples and buildings were built, like between 17 and 14 BC. This building right here was constructed as a temple and college for the worship of the imperial family. Caesar Augustus and Julius Caesar were worshipped inside there. There's some really incredible artwork inside there. Hercules and some other gods. We'll go check that out in a second. So yeah, this was like the main thoroughfare of the Roman city of Heraklion. And it was built up after it became Romanized. And we'll see what happens next. Alright, so in Roman Heraklion, several temples were built and buildings like this. So this is a college of the cult of Augustus. Some of the most amazing preserved artwork I've ever seen. That side too. The exact meanings of it all. Very symbolic myth. And, I think some of the people are from the royal family in those images. Anyway, so after the social wars and the Samnite Wars before that, cities like Heraklion and Pompeii, several others, were built up. Part of the Roman Empire now, Roman citizens, everybody. You can see, so Caesar Augustus was the first Roman emperor, and he was a great emperor. He reigned for a long time, I think like 30 years in the late BC, right before the turn from BC to AD. Anyway, so he was a deified, pretty much a god. This guy Augustus and his whole family, and the royal family, they were worshipped. So this was like a college for the cult of Augustus here in Heraklion. And it's a very nicely preserved building. The artwork is incredible. You can see the fire hit some of the wood beams up there. It's all black during the eruption. Caesar Augustus. Imagine what went on inside these walls. Artisan. In its short-lived time of the city of Heraklion, as a Roman city, it enjoyed some great riches from its port and intellectuals and theologians into the cult of many different gods like the royal family, artisans. So this is Hercules, the half man, half divine, getting shown Mount Olympus by Hera and Athena, and the rainbow in the middle represents Jupiter, the main god. And over here is Hercules fighting against a river god. And that's the river god's wife behind them. Guess they had a battle. Up there is the Pegasus. And thank you to the staff again explaining this to me. So this room and this temple was to worship the imperial family. And like gods, the Caesar, Augustus. Which is interesting. Kind of like the Egyptian pharaohs. And kind of like we do now in a little ways, right? George Washington. If you think about it, a lot of countries still kind of do that thing. You know, George Washington started America. People kind of worship him. The North Korea, the Un family, their worship. Different countries like China, Mao is on their money. The beginner of communist CCP China. Same kind of system, if you think about it. We still worship great leaders. Obviously in different ways. But, you know, that's just what they did in this room. CCP. Oh, like, what's his name? Ho Chi Minh and Vietnam too? Same kind of deal? Yeah. Let's take a walk on here. Statues of the deified Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar were inside. The divine Julius Caesar and divine Augustus is what they were dedicated to. That's crazy. So it's like a human religion, kind of. Worship humans? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I get it. At least you knew they existed. Look at this. So this was a bathhouse, thermal bath. Naturally heated water by volcanism. And the floor looks brand new. Octopus and squid and Neptune. There's the god of the ocean. I think it's on his knees with the bat in his hand. What's with the baseball bat? Isn't that what it looks like? I'm gonna check out this room. Oh, look at that design. It's pretty much fully intact. Got these little squares. Probably each one has its own little meaning. Trident from Neptune and things of wine, maybe goblets. Cool little spirally thing. Oh man, I love this. Look at that room too. That's pretty cool. What's in there? Ooh. Oh. The room, oh man. Little dolphins. Man, I almost feel like I don't even want to walk on this. It's like brand new looking. It's crazy. There's an octopus, squid, some god of the ocean. Oh man, I forget his name. Should know this thing. Someone, angel thing, cherub wrestling. Wow. Walking the pillars look like they're put up yesterday. Ooh, that's a creepy area. The ghosts of Heraklion. We heard someone talking to us earlier saying ciao. We don't know if it was real or not. Could have been a ghost. Ooh, look at that. Red paint. Just some time out in the garden, the backyard, this house. You know, we're just hanging out. Had a nice little pink tree. We got a little well. Yeah, we're hanging out at our house. We live in Heraklion. In the year 0 is when we lived in this house. 0 AD. It's just like you remember it? Yeah, this is our backyard. You have cookouts. Get some fresh water from the well. There's the other part of the house. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this house is just like I remember it. Lived in here in the year 0. Look, the artwork is still up. Posters on the wall. Ooh, that's like a demon-looking person whispering into a woman's ear. Wonder what that's all about. Symbolism. Yeah, very spacious, nice roof. All kinds of rooms. I don't know what these were in the middle of the house for. Interesting. Oh, water things or something made out of marble. Yeah, this one still has a table in it. Remember they using this table? Okay, we have an orchard here. Pomegranates, lemons, apples. Anything else?
A fig.
And figs. Roman foods, probably. Yeah, actually, definitely. They did eat those, so they just replanted the orchard here. And in the Roman city, soon doom was impending. If we can see it up top, there is the top of Mount Vesuvius, which ended the city's existence, 79 AD. We'll get into that next. All right, so the city was thriving as a small port town, and 79 AD, though, disaster struck. This was the center of the Roman area, and you'll see the singe marks from the fire on the wooden beams of this building that was buried under ash. Pretty crazy. So in 79 AD, nearby Mount Vesuvius, pretty much right over there, within walking distance, a active volcano erupted. First, there were some earthquakes maybe a decade before that probably shook this town pretty badly, and lots of tremors over the time. And then it started getting a little active. Smoke started coming out. They knew it was coming. But this city was planning to evacuate, and they had some people on the shore. Some people probably got out, but Heraklion, because of the wind, first the pumice of rain was coming down, small little heated pebbles. Must have been terrifying, but you probably hide inside your house. And then the big part came, a pyroclastic flow, mountain of ash and rock and lava, pretty much suffocated the life out of anyone that was left here and just buried everything hot ash. And that was it for Heraklion, the end of the city. Buried for a long time. But let's go meet some of the poor victims on the dock. All right. There's the victims. So 79 AD, disaster struck Heraklion as well. It was actually hit by the volcano first, before other famous buried cities like Pompeii. And down here, this was once the shoreline. Rest in peace. So, okay, let's talk about what happened. They're doing gardening up there. Perfect time for a video. Anyways, rest in peace to the victims of the volcano. These were real people just like me and you. The skeletons are still preserved. Kind of intense. So, Heraklion was actually hit by the volcano first before Pompeii. And because of the winds, ooh, creepy that it's a thunderstorm right now. Because of the winds and the volcanic destruction headed towards this way. The city was not so lucky because of lack of time. Herculaneum here. So some of the chilling bodies of the victims can still be seen on the docks here that were waiting for evacuation. So Pliny the Younger, Pliny the Elder, one of the Plinys, he was organizing evacuation, and it kind of got botched, and these poor people were waiting for some ships and didn't make it. The city was long forgotten after it was buried. I think maybe that's the height it was buried, under volcanic ash. And unlike Pompeii, where most of the people got evacuated, actually only around 2,000 people died in Pompeii, but Pompeii was a much bigger city. This was kind of like a town. Here, most of all the inhabitants didn't make it out. Here's some of them still here. So, the empty streets, Heraklion. That's all of its known history that I could find. And the city from 79 AD to the about mid 1800s was buried. You could tell how deep it was buried from the modern city top up there. Plus, you know, years of wind and dust, and that's just how the world functions, man. Things move around over time. If you think about things in geologic time, really, when this blew up, is nothing compared to the hundreds of millions, up to billions of years this Earth is. But this place was buried for about 1900 years, 1800 years, and then Italian authorities and archaeologists from around the world started digging, and they dug out this entire city. And remember, this is only 1/5 of it. The rest of it is back there, underneath and behind that, which will never be likely excavated because the modern cities of Kolos up there, who knows what's down there? Who knows what's back there? Yeah, artwork, probably incredible artwork. Gold, who knows? But they keep finding stuff in these sites, and it's incredible. Thanks. Make sure to subscribe, like, find me on Instagram, See the World with Ray. Find me on Facebook, See the World with Ray. Tell your friends, history fans, traveling people, anybody. I'm glad you watched this video, man. Friends, family, you know, I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling on. Hit the like button, all that stuff. Subscribe. Engage with me. Make some commentary, you know. Let's talk. You're interested in this type of stuff? I said something wrong? You know, give me some advice. You know, let's have a discussion. I like doing that kind of stuff. This is the city, the lost city of Heraklion, named after Hercules, and that's all of its history. Incredible. Mount Vesuvius, there it is back there, basking in the sun. And this is a city that it buried. Down there in the grass is where the beach used to be. Now it's a couple 100 yards behind me. Maybe more than 100 yards, like half mile, quarter mile, something like that. It's interesting how it changed. Well, the volcano changed the geography of the Bay of Naples when it blew up, and this poor city, these people, was no more after that volcano. Don't blow up. It's still active. All right, goodbye, Heraklion. Nice shot of Mount Vesuvius there, the most active volcano in Europe, if you don't count Iceland, I guess. Continental Europe. 79 AD. The city was no more. Still looks pretty nice, right? Like, you can fix it up a little bit and live it. And it's crazy how great a construction it was. Bellissimo. Herculaneum, you were a nice one. Roman city ruins caused by that volcano. I can't stop making videos and photos. I just can't stop. 79 AD. It ended for this city from 800, give or take, BC. That's when it started. And that's that. All right, time to go swimming. Yeah, Heraklion. Bellissimo.